Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jijil.
Good evening, Amrita.
So today I am back with another very tricky question as far as your GMAT is concerned. Okay. Now, in this particular question, you will have to consider many scenarios, which is sometimes difficult when you actually attempt the test. So let's see how it goes. The question is, if A and B are integers, okay, and absolute value of A is greater than absolute value of B, is A dot absolute value of B less than A minus B? That's the question. So let us first analyze the question stem, because whenever you have absolute value in the question, it becomes a little bit harder problem. Okay, so let's try and analyze. So the first information that they have given in this question is that modulus A is greater than modulus or absolute value of A. Okay, both are the same thing, modulus or absolute value. But they're saying that absolute value of A is greater than absolute value of B. What does it mean? It means that A is farther from 0 than B is. Isn't it, Jijit?
That's correct.
So in case if A is negative, it will be farther from 0 than B on
That's
a
right.
number line. Okay, then only the absolute value. Absolute value is what? Irrespective of the signs of the number, whether it is positive or negative, every time you take the number out of that absolute value, you just consider the value. Okay, so it becomes positive. So for example, your minus 5, I'll just write it over here, minus 5 out of this will become 5, isn't it?
That's right.
So when you say absolute value of A is greater than absolute value of B, it means that A has to be farther from 0 compared to B. It could either be positive or negative. Doesn't matter. All right. It could be minus 7, but B has to be,
Closer
B's
to
absolute value has
-3
to
or
be
-4.
less than 7. Right. So B has to be less than 7. So B will be like less than minus 7. It will be between minus 7 and 6. Okay. So something like that. I hope this is clear. This concept is clear to you.
Can you explain between -7 and 6 that you have said?
Okay.
Can it be
Because
between -7 and +7?
Okay, because A and B both are integer and you're given that A is greater than B, so they can't even be equal.
Oh,
All right. Now,
okay.
if I set B is less than, let's say, sorry, if your A is minus 7, so B has to be between, I'm sorry, minus 6 and 6. All right. So it can't even be minus 7.
Okay.
All right. So now the absolute value of B will always be less than absolute value of A. They
Okay.
can't even be equal. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So I hope this is clear to you now.
That's clear.
Great. So now modulus A is greater than modulus B, or absolute value of A is greater than absolute value of B. This is completely clear. Now let's go to the question. Question says, is A into absolute value of B less than A minus B? Now that's your question. Okay. So now, before coming to the statements, let's first consider all the possible scenarios here. So what are the possible scenarios here? The possible scenarios could be, let me write it down, A and B. So the possible scenarios are both A and B negative, that's one, or both A and B are positive. All right. Another possible scenario is A is negative and B is positive, or A is positive and B is negative. Isn't it? Gigi, any other possible scenario that you can think of?
Okay, maybe I'm deviating a little bit, but I'm just thinking if A is negative,
Mm-hmm.
absolute value of B is positive, right?
Okay.
Can that be a confirmed sort of answer? Maybe not. It depends on subtraction. Okay, sorry, my fault. Please continue, ma'am. I think this is all what I can think of too. Either
Okay.
plus or minus values.
All right. So, what do you think? Can A be 0 in this case?
It says equal to, so um, no, it
Can
says
A be
less than.
0?
It says less than.
As I told you, A is farther from 0, right? So by being at 0, it cannot be farther from 0 compared to B.
Right.
Does it make sense? It cannot be 0.
Yes.
Otherwise, B will be farther from 0.
Yes.
Okay? Which is not that is given. This condition says A is farther from 0. So definitely it can't be 0. But B can be 0. Okay? So another possible scenario is A could be negative and B is 0.
Yes.
And A could be positive and B is 0. See guys, why I am writing it down? Because you have to consider all these conditions while considering the statements along with the statements, okay, that are given below. Because if you don't consider all the scenario, you may not get the correct answer. So every time you're given an absolute value, you have to evaluate all the possible scenarios like this. Okay, let's move on to statement number 1. Now your statement 1 says A is less than 0, right? So clearly we know from the statement that A is negative.
Yes.
Right? Clearly A is negative. So that means we are left with how many possible scenarios here?
3.
3 possible scenarios, isn't it? All right. So now let me analyze this time if we are getting a perfect answer for the question that is asked. The question asked is A into absolute value of B is less than A minus B. Are we getting a definite yes or a definite no? That's what we need to identify from here. So, first of all, let's consider, A is given as negative. Now let's consider B to be positive. Okay. So what happens to A dot modulus absolute value of B?
Minus value.
Right. So it will be more negative than A. Can I say?
Yeah.
Negative A into whatever may be the value of B or positive B, it will be more negative than A. Right? So I can say more negative than A. How about A minus B?
B is positive.
A is negative and B is positive. So
it will still be negative. It will be more negative.
It will be more negative, right?
Yes.
Now again, so I'm sorry, I have written, no, it's actually answer. So now here, since both are getting more negative, can we conclude anything from this statement? See, for some values, this may be true. A into absolute value less than A minus B. For some values, it will be true. For some other value, this may not be true. This would be another way, other way around, right? So I'm not getting any definite answer here, right? I'm not getting any definite answer. So I can say that this statement itself is not sufficient.
Correct.
I don't need to consider other scenarios. From this scenario itself, I can say that if that's the case, we may or may not get the definite answer. We will definitely not get a definite answer, right?
So is it a good idea, ma'am, that I try maybe some numbers like A as 1 minus 1?
Good question. Always validate your intuition. Okay, that's very important in your exam. So let's try and validate our intuition here. So let me take some number and validate. Okay, so let's say your A is given as negative. So let's take A as minus 2.
Okay.
And B is given 1.
Okay.
So now what would be the value A into, so minus 2 into 1?
Minus 2.
Is minus 2. And then your A minus B. So minus 2 minus 1 is going to be minus 3. Now, what is that? Is minus 2 less than minus 3?
No, it's greater.
It's greater, right? So the answer to your question that if this is true, your answer is no. In this particular scenario, the answer is no. Can you get a yes?
Yeah, I can make it minus 4. I can make it minus 4 in the first scenario.
Okay, you want to make A as minus 4?
Yeah.
And B?
We can retain it as 1, right?
1. All right. So now, what would be the value of A dot B? That will
No,
be
no, no,
minus
it won't
4
help.
into 1.
It won't help. Can I have B as 2, perhaps?
Okay.
So then we are trying to.
Then this will be,
So it will be minus 8, and the
okay.
second situation will be minus 6.
So minus 4 minus 2 is going to be minus 6. Now, clearly minus 8 is less than minus 6,
Correct,
right?
correct.
So now the answer to this question is going to be a yes.
Yes.
So you see, this is the reason the statement is not sufficient, because you're not getting a definite answer.
Yes.
You
correct.
cannot definitely say whether the statement is sufficient.
I can
Whether this answer is yes or no.
I can confirm for these kind of questions this way, right?
Right.
Okay.
So for these kind of question where, answer seeking.
Hello? Okay, now I can hear Amrita. Continue, please.
All right. So as I told you, in such a question, you have to actually check whether you're getting a definite a yes or a definite no. Sometimes you may also go ahead and check with the numbers if you have some doubt in your mind. Okay, it's very important to validate your intuitions there. Never answer any question on your intuition. You would most probably are going to get wrong, especially in GMAT. All right.
Okay.
So moving on to next statement. The statement is clearly insufficient. All right. The statement alone does not answer our question. So moving on to the second statement. Now forget everything about this first statement. Okay, just erase it from your memory. We haven't done anything. Okay, so now it's like after reading the question stem, I am straight away using this information that is given in the statement 2. So statement 2 says that AB is greater than equal to 0. So what are the different interpretation of that, Gigi?
Both are positive or both are negative?
Anything else? Is this the only interpretation? These two? Okay, how about, as we already know from the stem, A cannot be 0. But B can be 0, right?
One of them
So
or both of them can be 0.
Exactly. So let's say A is negative and B is 0. That's another scenario.
Right.
Or A is positive and B is 0. Right? So now what happens? Let's first consider both positive. So again, I'm going to consider all the scenarios. Yes, guys, you have to consider all the scenarios. I know it takes a lot of time, but you have to practice these questions more. The more you practice, the better you get at it. All right. So now, when both are positive, what happens to A dot mod B?
Positive.
It will be more positive.
Right.
Compared to A or compared to A. All right. Now, what happens to A minus B? It will be positive, but less positive, if I may say so, because we know that A has to be greater than B if both are positive. So positive minus positive will be less positive compared to A.
Yeah, compared to A, less positive.
Right? Because if your A is, let's say, 7 and your B is 5, B has to be less than A, right? Then 7 minus 5 is, again, remember, A is farther from 0 than B. Okay, so what would be the answer? Would it be a yes or no? The answer to this statement. Clearly, A dot B is going to be more positive than A minus B. So clearly, this is going to be greater.
Correct.
So answer to this question will be
yes.
A yes or a no?
It's going to be a yes. No, it's going to be a no.
It's going to be no, right? Good. Now let's consider another scenario. What if both A and B are negative? Okay, so if both are negative, what happens to A dot mod B?
It's going to be positive. Sorry, negative.
It's going to be more negative
More
than
negative,
A.
yes.
Because, see, B is anyway going to be positive. Right. So negative into positive is more negative.
Right.
So what happens to A minus B?
A minus B, this time it will be closer to 0 because
Or may I say less negative than
less
8?
negative, yes.
Yeah, because negative of negative in the negative values, right?
Yes.
Negative minus negative. So this will become plus. So basically this will be negative plus. That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
So
Two negatives will be one positive, yes.
less negative, right?
Less negative.
So now what is the answer? Now look at your question and give me the answer. One is more negative, one is less negative. Now what's the answer to your question?
So
This time?
answer to the question is, this time it is true. Yes.
It's true, right? It's yes.
It's a yes.
Yeah, it's a yes, right? So again, you're getting contradictory answer, no and a yes.
Yes.
So definitely this statement is insufficient. Okay, so even this statement alone is insufficient. So now what do we do, guys?
Then we need to merge the information from the both statements.
We need to merge the information, right? So if we merge the information, what are the possible scenarios that we'll be getting?
A is negative.
Right.
And both are of same sign. That means A and
From
B.
second statement, yes.
A and B both must be negative.
Exactly. So if you club first and second statement, you will see that first statement gives you A is negative and second statement gives you that both are of the same sign, right? So from here, you can actually assume that. And there's one more scenario. What is that? Jijal, one more scenario.
Oh, zero. But 0 is not possible because A is, A can be negative and B can be 0.
0, right? Very nice. So you see, three cases are possible. All right. So when combining, see what happens, A, B. So clearly both are of the same size. So both are positive or both are negative. Or A could be positive and B is 0. Then A could be negative and B is 0. All right. Now A dot again, I'm going to write everything here. And then your answer. All we need to do is try to check all the 4 scenarios. If you're getting the same answer, yes, or no, then both of them together are sufficient. In case we get a contradictory answer, then even both of them when combining, not sufficient. Right. So now let's check first. Yeah. So you see, if you look at the first scenario plus, I have already checked it here.
We have checked it. It's a no.
We have already checked it. It's a no, right? And if you look at this, no, we haven't checked. Minus also we have checked. We have already checked it.
That's a yes.
That's a yes. So clearly, since we're getting, so you can always recycle the information from the statement first and you can put that into, by combining them, you can actually put them to use. All right. So clearly, you see, we are getting contradictory answers even when both the statements are taken together. So what would be the answer? Which option?
Insufficient all across. So it is E.
E, right? So when both of the statements, even when taken together, are not sufficient, the answer would be E. So I hope, guys, that it is clear to you. In case if it is not clear, please do write your doubts in comments. Thank you. Thank you, Jiju.
Thank you.